can't leave you. I can't.
What's up, party people? Welcome back. I'm back on it. Back on this CAMO S13 RESURRECTION. And do I have a treat for you guys today? I have these GKTECH. What they are is they're bushings. They're spherical bearings to replace the factory OEM bushings that are in the rear knuckles. Now these things are super cool. They just came in today. Look at that. So I don't know if you guys can see, but they're spherical bearings. It's such a neat idea. I mean, I think I've said this before in other episodes, is you're dealing with 30-year-old rubber and 30-year-old bushings that have been driven on, and most of these cars that you're dealing with, they have well over 100,000 miles on them. So it's nice that there is an option to get in here and to replace these worn-out factory bushings. And GKTECH does a fantastic job about that. I've never done this modification on the S13. I've never even replaced the rear bushings on the knuckles. In fact, I barely even think about those things. But I do notice when I have the wheel on and I'm moving it, it has some movement. And you know, when everything is solid, all the control arms are solid spherical bearings and everything. I mean, this is going to be the sloppy part. So let's just fix that while we're here, while we're in there. And I always say that. I mean, it's like you spend so much time and money doing something. You have the part off. I have the knuckle off. I have them stripped out. While I'm there, you know, I didn't actually plan on doing this, but I saw them and I was like, oh yeah, I need those. So I'm going to get these guys, these old worn out bushings, pressed out, and then I'm going to install these guys. I'm going to clean up the knuckles a little bit. I'm going to install these guys, and then I'm going to put my 5-lug hubs put on. Now, it originally had 4-lug, and you're going to ask me, well, you got 4-lug on there. Why are you going to put 5-lug? Now, these are studs, right? These are wheel studs, and the lug indicates how many lugs I'm bolting the wheel on with. Originally, the car came with 4. This is 5. And the reason we do this, in case you've ever wondered, the reason we do this is it's not necessarily for safety, but you get one more lug in case you break one. You have an extra wheel lug holding the wheel on, but that's not it. The reason we do this is because we have far better wheel fitment options in a 5-lug. 4-lug is fairly limited, but 5-lug, 5 on 114.3 is everywhere. I mean, you can get the width you want, you can get the size you want, you can even get certain wheels are only made in a 5-lug. So it behooves me to do a 5-lug, and that's what I'm going to do. And these are an easy bolt on. You can get these came off an S14. You can get them off, there's aftermarket companies that make them. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get busy. Alright, it's time to get these old rubber bushings out of these knuckles. Since my press is not here, I'm going to use it's a ball joint press. It's a little toolkit that it's right here. Hello. Hello. And I think this is going to work. I don't know for sure, so fingers crossed, but you know, I think I got a 20% chance. So what I'm using is a 21mm socket, and I'm going to, let's see what's the best way to do this. Let's go this way. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in from one side. Actually, that's not going to work. So I'll do this. Now, and I have a 3/8 drive extension. Now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to center this socket. And the socket's the perfect size. This 21mm is the perfect size for these bushings. So, fingers crossed. Let's see how this works. This isn't the first time I've used not the right tool to make something happen. So, gonna have to do a little finagling to get this guy in here, line it up. Alright, alright. Alright. Send it. Oh, wait. Safety third. When you're pressing stuff, things can explode, so yeah. Yeah. Well, that worked. Moving on. Let's do this side now. I didn't think that one was going to come out. This one's just a rubber bushing, so this should go pretty smooth. And by rubber bushing, I mean this is just basically rubber. And this one has a steel sleeve, so those guys have a little less deflection than the what's this? Your toe has a little more deflection, but yeah. Last one. Okay. Let's go. Here we'll pop this from this side. And so, see what I'm doing is I'm clicking, right? So I'm putting it through and I'm just attaching it right like that. So it's concentric, right? And that makes so much different. I mean, if you have this thing even a little sideways, and not the fun kind of sideways, it's not going to work. So that's, this little setup kind of makes it nice. Alright, how we living, how we living. Let's see, all I gotta do. Come on. Okay, last one. Wish me luck. Not too bad, not too bad. Well, I didn't mess anything up, and I'm happy. I'm happy with the results. Here are all the old rubber bushings. You just throw those away. And I'll get these knuckles cleaned up and prepped, looking all pretty, like we do. And yeah, and then I'll be pressing in the GKTECH rear knuckle spherical bearings, and then I'll do my 5-lug, and I'll be done. Well, not done. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Alright. Alright, the knuckles are all coated, and I love how these things came out. It's like I got a gold bar, but I got a knuckle. Oh, these things are beautiful. Day and night. Yeah. Now they're all freshly coated, and without further ado, I'm going to press these GKTECH spherical bearings into my rear knuckles. That was a mouthful. Alright, well, the cool thing about this ball joint press is it has a way, once you're all finished pressing it in, it has a way to press it back in. This flat piece and this little, whatever it's called. There's another way you could do this. You can do it with a bolt and a washer if you have the right size. You could even bolt through, that socket and pull it through. There's a myriad of different ways. So, but I'm gonna start. But if you have a press, I suggest a press. All right, here we go. This lines up here. Now, this thing just needs to go in flush. So, and once I do that, then I'll put the ends in. And if you look on this, they tapered it. So, one side is tapered, one side is not. Make sure to put the tapered side in first. This will help you guide it in, get you where you need to go. I love these little details that they add into their product. Makes it so nice. Okay. And that should be it. Go right away. Flip it over so you guys can see what I'm doing. Just needed a pop. Oh man. Not too bad. Here we go. That was easy as pie. Sort of. Was pie easy? I mean, that's a really big number. Like, I don't know why people say that. Like, it just keeps going. I don't know. Anyways, this is done. Last thing to do on this, press in all these little misalignment fittings. Cool. Alright, these spherical bearings are all pressed in, and there's one thing left to do, and that is bolt on the 5-lug hubs. Oh! Just like that, line up the bolt holes, and let's drop in some of these bolts. Little zip action. I'm going to torque them to 58 to 72 foot-pounds. I'm going to go 58. Brace myself. Pretty straightforward. Looks like we lost one of these guys. Don't you want to go to your home? Too good for your home? There we go. Alright, so that's done. Let's set this aside and move on to the next one. Get lined up, pop it on, drop these bolts in. Get a couple threads on these things. And then flip this around, get some leverage, torque it. All right. One of you guys jumped out. There we go. Look at that, look at that. Well, that's it. These guys are all done, all wrapped up, looking shiny, looking glamorous, looking pretty. Sphericals are pressed in, got the 5-lug hubs on. By the time you buy this stuff, and if you're going to do a dual caliper, you know, you're spending about 350 bucks on these things. But if you go about 150 bucks more, don't order yet, operators are standing by, you can get these guys from GKTECH. Now these are their drop knuckles for the S13, S14. They're already equipped with the dual brake caliper brackets on them. They're drop knuckles, so they adjust for all the roll correction and everything that you murder when you lower these cars. But they have those sphericals already pressed in, so they essentially have these guys welded to them. So you're pretty much ready to go. You don't have to do this. You could just buy them and bolt them on, but well, where's the fun in that? But anyways, no, these things are great. Don't get me wrong. I use them, and I will be using them on other stuff. But as for now, I am wrapped on this. I got some exciting stuff coming for you guys next episode. So you keep tuning in. I'll keep bringing them to you. All right. See you guys.
I can't leave you. I can't.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. See you guys next time.